go. Okay, so we will begin in our child's pose this morning. Going to take knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch in the centre. Send the fingertips out nice and long and the hips back down towards the feet. And what I want you to think about is really trying to reach for the heels whilst sending the fingertips out as far away as you can. Forehead goes down to the floor and try and create length within the back. Constantly thinking about sending the hips towards the heels and reaching the fingertips further away. And then take a big deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And just breathe like that for a moment. Really expanding the rib cage. Sending the breath all the way down into the bottom of the belly. If you want from here, option to take the hands to the left for a brief side stretch. And then walking over to the right. Always thinking about sending the hips back and the fingertips out far away from you. Good. Walking the hands back through centre. Going to tuck the toes and send the hips up nice and high to the top of the room. Pedal out the feet as much as you need, stretching through the backs of the legs. We're into our first down dog. And from here, take any free movement that you feel that you might need. And as always, that down dog should be, if you were to roll forward to a plank, your hands and feet shouldn't need to move. So coming back up into your down dog. When you're ready, finding stillness. Think about sending the heels to the back of the mat, reaching them backwards, tucking the tailbone up towards the sky. Imagine wrapping the the fronts of the elbows round to face the front of the room and broadening the shoulders across the back. Think about sending the shoulder blades underneath the armpits. From here, lift the right leg, send the right leg as high as you can up to the top of the room. Bend the knee to open up the hip, send that knee to the top of the sky. And then draw some nice big circles with the right knee. Do a couple clockwise, a couple of anti-clockwise. Trying to keep the weight evenly distributed in the hands. Think about still pushing the floor away with the hands. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring the right knee towards the right nose, rounding through the back, squeezing the knee up towards the chest to step through between the hands. Drop the left knee down, untuck the left toes, sending the fingertips up nice and high to the ceiling for your low lunge. And in your low lunge, your front foot should be roughly underneath your knee, sending the left hip down towards the ground, but think about tucking the tailbone under slightly. Ribcage draws down, fingertips reach up to the sky. Option here if you want to send the hips a little bit lower, feel a good stretch through the front of the hip, but try and maintain the integrity through the lumbar spine, the lower back, the mid back. Try not to allow too much extension. We're looking for hip flexor stretching here. From here, place both hands down inside of the right foot, heel toe the right foot out a couple of inches nearer to the outside edge of the mat. And I want you to either come up onto the fingertips, or if it's super easy for you and you've got lots of space, onto the palms. Think about drawing that left hip down to the ground, reach the crown of the head forward and broaden through the collarbone, send the chest forward. Coming into what I call our active lizard. Hug that right knee in towards the right shoulder, so don't let it flare out towards the side. And keep the left knee pointing down towards the ground, the top of the foot pointing towards the ground. Inhale as you send the crown of the head up. We're here for a few more breaths. Option to take the fingertips a little bit further in front of you and imagine you're pulling the mat back towards you. Create some tension within the front of the hip. within the glutes on the right side. One more deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, walk the hands back in line with the foot. Keep the left hand down on the mat. Send the right fingertips up towards the sky for an easy twist. And from here, think about peeling the belly open to the side of the room first, then the chest, then send the fingertips up. Nothing changes with the legs. Take a big deep breath in. Option from here to place the right hand on the inside of right thigh, this time allowing the border of the foot to roll out to the side, to open the chest further to the right side and feel a different stretch through the hips. Still think about pushing the ground away with that left arm. And then placing both hands back down inside the right foot, tucking the left toes, lifting the left knee, stepping back to a plank, and then hinging straight up to your down dog. Once again, pedaling the feet out, taking any movements that you feel that you need through the backs of the legs, through the upper body, and then when you're ready, finding stillness within your down dog once more. Think about sending the heels to the back of the mat. Have a slight bend in the knee to allow you to tuck the tailbone up towards the sky even higher. Push the floor away through the hands. When you're ready, left leg lifts, reaches for the top of the room. Bend the knee to open up the left hip and draw some nice big circles with the left knee. A couple of clockwise again, a couple of anti-clockwise. Think about evenly distributing the weight within the hands. And then when you're ready, bringing the left knee towards the nose, rounding through the back, squeezing the knee in towards the chest before placing the left foot between the hands. Dropping the right knee down, untucking the right toes, sending the fingertips up to our low lunge. Same here as before. Think about drawing the right hip forward, tucking the tailbone under, drawing the rib cage down. Send the fingertips up nice and high. Option, if you wish, to allow the hips to sink a little bit further, create a different stretch through the front of the right hip. But again, still try and maintain that integrity through the lower back, through the mid back. Try not to allow too much unnecessary extension. We're looking for a hip flexor stretch. One more deep breath in and out here. Now placing both hands down inside of the left foot, heel toe the left foot out a couple of inches, keeping up onto the fingertips, or if it suits you to come down onto the palms, that's fine, but think about creating length within the back. Send the right hip down to the floor. Send the crown of the head forward, broadening through the collarbones. Hug that left knee in towards your left shoulder. Breathing into any resistance that you might feel. Option to stay there. Option, if it suits you, to walk the fingertips a little bit further forward. And think about pulling the mat back towards you. Create some resistance internally. The right knee should still be pointing down to the floor. The right foot's top of the foot on the floor. Think about lifting through the crown of the head, sending the chest forward. One more deep breath in and out here. And then when you're ready, placing the right hand down in line with the left foot, sending the left hand up towards the sky for your easy twist. And think about turning the belly first, then turning the chest, then opening up the hand. Not just sort of flinging the hand up to the sky. Nothing changes within the legs. Still keep pushing the floor away through that right hand. Option, if you wish, to take the left hand to the inside of the left thigh, rolling the left foot out onto the outside border, opening the chest a little bit further, feeling a different stretch through the hips. From here, placing both hands down inside of the left foot, tucking the right toes, lifting the right knee, step back to your plank and hinging straight up to your down dog. We're here for just a moment. When you're ready, lifting the right leg, sending the right foot to the top of the mat between the hands, inhaling up to your high lunge, so keeping the back leg lifted. Option to keep either the back leg straight, send the heel towards the back of the mat, or bend the back knee slightly for your high lunge. Here for just a moment. Send the hands down to frame the front foot, step back to your plank, hinging up to your down dog, pedaling out the feet before lifting the left leg, bring the left knee to nose, step to the top of the mat to your high lunge on the other side. Same as before, option to keep the back leg lifted or bend the back knee slightly for your high lunge. One more deep breath in and out. Hands down to frame the front foot, stepping back to a plank. This time we're heading towards the top of the mat. You can either hop, step or jump, your choice. Entirely up to you how you get there. When you're at the top of the mat, heel toe the feet as wide as you can. Normally sort of within the edge of the mat, toes out at a 45-degree angle. And lower down into your malasana, your yogi squat. And for today, we're just going to keep a bit of movement. We need to think about keeping the chest nice and proud, using the elbows to open up through the hips, and just spend some time moving side to side, feeling the movement through the ankles, through the inside of the upper thighs. If you want and it suits you today, you can find some stillness within your malasana, trying to keep that chest nice and proud. Here for one more full breath in and out. And then when you're ready, placing the hands down, hop, step or jump your way back to a plank. Dropping the knees down as wide as the mat. Sending the hips back to your child's pose. Noticing how this feels different from when we started. Send the fingertips out nice and long. Trying to create extra space within the back, within the upper back and the lower back. Allow the hips to sink back towards the heels. As always, option to go through the flow again, but for now we are ending here.